Hello, Brigadiers. Welcome back to yet another geography quiz. This time, I am given the map of Asia, and I have to decide where the countries are in accordance to the borders. Now, this may be a bit harder, considering there are so many more countries. Well, it looks like there are more countries as opposed to Europe. Well, then again, not really. But anyway, I don't know as much about Asia, but I will do it anyway. So, with that said, first country on the list is Kazakhstan. Formerly part of the USSR, Vietnam. Formerly two countries. Vietnam is now communist. Wait. Oh, it's over here. Whoops. Russia. Well, we know what Russia is. Or what it's known for right now. Saudi Arabia. An absolute monarchy. I'm not gonna open that can of worms either. Lebanon. Has a pine tree in its flag. Tajikistan. Oh God. Guessing it's here. Yeah. Japan. One of the aggressors of World War II that brought the U.S. into the conflict. We ended up dropping two bombs on Japan. The first in Hiroshima, and the second in Nagasaki, excuse me. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, also formerly in a brutal military dictatorship that only ended in 2011. Burma. Where is Burma? That's Cambodia. That's Thailand. No, wait. Yeah, that's Thailand. Taiwan should be its own country, but of course China has to keep being a bully. Georgia. Georgia. Where the hell is Georgia? Oh, right here. Georgia has two breakaway states, one of which is Abkhazia, and the other South Ossetia. I don't know. One of them's here, and the other one's here. I don't know which one is always off the top of my head. Singapore, a breakaway of Malaysia, one of the richest cities, one of the richest countries in the world, if I recall. The Philippines. We were in control of them, we being the Americans, until 1898, I believe. They are known for their Spanish influences, thanks to Ferdinand Magellan back in the 1500s. The United Arab Emirates, one of the richest countries in the world, has a man-made island, and also home to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Bahrain, another Formula One country, and also another Arab monarchy. Bhutan, speaking of monarchies, we have one in the mountains of the Himalayas, ruled by the Dragon King. I am not going to try to pronounce his name. Pakistan, right here, formerly part of India, broke away in the 60s, I believe. And now, the granddaddy of them all, China, one of the oldest countries in existence, used to be a democratic republic, or a democratic country rather, but now is, well, the ideology is Marxism and Leninism, communism, but they like to call themselves socialist. Turkey, supposed to be a secular country, but their president has gone on a tirade as of the last few years. Home of the Bosphorus, which is this little river here separating Istanbul between Europe and Asia. Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran. We are at odds with them. Don't quite remember why. I think it was because of oil. India, second most populated country in the world with over 1.3 billion people. Only China has more. Also, the Ganges and Mahatma Gandhi. They are scheduled to have elections this year. Narendra Modi looks to maintain his reign as Prime Minister. Laos, another communist country. It's right here. Jordan, separated by Israel and Syria. Wait. No, that's Israel. Jordan is here. Indonesia, home to over 12,000 islands and had a devastating tsunami at the end of 2018 thanks to the eruption of Little Krakatoa. Malaysia, a country that is separated by a large swath of water. It also contains another country within its second island of Brunei, which is Brunei. Nepal, also a Himalayan country, containing Mount Everest. Mongolia, one of the least densely populated countries in the world. Syria, which is in the middle of a bloody civil war, which we got involved with. Again, we being the United States. Brunei, as I said, on the second Malaysian island, it's its own country here. Afghanistan, being ravaged by the Taliban. The United States was there. Well, I believe it's still there, but we're getting ready to pull our troops out. East Timor, this little country in the south of Indonesia, only recently became independent in, I believe, the 70s. The Maldives, an island nation off the coast of India, down here. Kyrgyzstan, home of a Soviet nuclear waste dumping site. I think that's what I heard. Sri Lanka, down here. Qatar, scheduled to be the next host of the World Cup in 2022. Azerbaijan, home of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and a divider between Europe and Asia. Baku, the capital, is half European, half Asian, if I remember correctly. Iraq. I'm sure I don't have to say much about Iraq. Thailand. Now, this country has been involved in more coups d'etats than I can count. They're currently governed by a military dictatorship, and it's particularly brutal. I hope they get out of it soon. South Korea recently hosted the Winter Olympics in 2018. Home of K-pop. Armenia. System of a Down is Armenian American, and they've advocated for Turkey to admit the genocide happened in Armenia. It's right here. Bangladesh, formerly a part of India, also formerly known as East Pakistan. Turkmenistan, don't know a lot about Turkmenistan except for its capital, which is Ashgabat. Yemen, which is in a war of its own down here. Kuwait, which Iraq invaded to take control of its oil reserves. Uzbekistan. Again, I don't know much about Uzbekistan. Cambodia. Now there's a bad one. The Khmer Rouge back in the 70s claimed the lives of over 3 million people, which is about 30% of Cambodia's population, thanks to Pol Pot. North Korea. Another country that doesn't need an introduction. Oman. Don't know a lot about Oman. Israel. Now, about Israel, I support Israel. However, I also support Palestine. And I hope Palestine gets their own land at some point. And stops being... And the fighting between the two stops. Right, so... I messed up one. I got Vietnam in the wrong place. 98% in less than 15 minutes, thanks to my lessons, or what lessons I could give. If you enjoyed this lesson and want to do either Africa or Oceania next, let me know, and stay in school and keep on rocking.